Call me Fuego, 93 like me. Fire in the sheets, spending summers on the sea. Okay though, she know way home. Bev Hill life on the day.
Well, that is the major question, isn't it? We'll see how things do pan on out, whether or not we'll get another circle similar to the last. Bit of an interesting one, that last one was, and as you so kindly mentioned at the start of the last map, we're more than likely going to see something over the Gatka fields. That's what we tend to see a lot more of than anything else on Erangel. This time we'll keep an eye on Bay as they land in Milta. They've got some friends there as well in Victim Rise who are actually quite a bit closer to Flood than he might have liked. Gen Foss is sticking around. Loki's has to ditch the Darce here and look for a gun here. This is a bit awkward for Bay.
Seen them in this sort of actual position before when they were in the Malaysia quals. It worked out well for them. As we get our final circle for the night here for our second game of Erangel. Of course, this is match 4 of 4.
This phase, at least until the next one starts to push in. The only team really still yet to kind of get into the circle are X Stadium, who are coming from Sosnovka Island and rotating past Ferry Pier at the moment. And Archangel Predator, who are moving out of Yasnaya and look to cross probably the Rozhok Bridge. Everyone else is already in the circle, already got themselves a good spot. FTF has an eye on Astra. And the shots do start to come across from Teddy. Looks like Zoidmate will be okay. He just goes prone looking for some heals. He'll drop his smokes down as well. Maybe he won't be okay. Maybe I've spoken too soon. Steps back up. And Teddy puts him to bed.
Can Lynxy salvage this? I don't think so. Orcaron has now arrived for FTF along with Nando as well. Streaming in though through the minimap is Extreme. Along with Nikos as well, looking to get Zoid back up. They're going to turn this into a full-fledged fight, and I don't blame them either. Wanting to try and keep Zoid in at the nades, though, surely you're going to finish him off. I think that's going to be the IGL of Astra eliminated early, and now, unfortunately, not even able to escape. They've lost Extreme. They're going to lose Nikos as well, surely, on 1 HP. Division X, though, Sapow just watching on from a distance, will land a tag. Keep them honest as Nikos is finally eliminated. And from the future, have just decimated the OCA team of Astra. And quite frankly, Jordan, while they started games 1 and 2 in a great fashion, have really dropped the ball here in, basically on Erangel.
Yeah, I think that's actually 0 points so far for them out of Erangel, if I can remember correctly what they came into it on. There's still an opportunity maybe for Lynxy to get something done here, but it's not been too crash hot, unfortunately, for Astra. They've really struggled on Erangel. Still, we'll keep an eye on what Lynxy can do. Maybe a heroic performance.
Members left for Fury. The OCE team is really struggling the most here out of everyone in this final game of the night. Division X game is just going to roll up like Autobots onto Cerberus. Bit of a tilt there. Up on 2 wheels and now just on all 4 because Long K and MBK crawling around, now dead. Cerberus really punishing Division X Gaming there on the rotation.
Dodging cars.
Sideswiped by the Darcy with no one actually driving it. Dukesy, can he find a knock? No. Even if he had found the knock, I think Sapow would have just crawled in and got revived anyway.
More likely than not. Take a look, though, towards the northern side of the map. It's KT rotating past FTF. They're also kind of close to Buriram, but Buriram's not involved in that engagement. Lynxy has been found by X Stadium. KT get past the... It was really like a death run almost. Massive crossfire that they went through, but they don't lose anyone. Oh, I suppose that's one way of parking your car.
He's landed it. I mean, he's stunned the theatrics, but pulled it off. MSC Theraton, though, Jordan. This sort of feels like it's a bit more serious up here because they've got to start winning these sort of fights. You lose this and you all but confirm yourselves in the bottom 4 after night 1. It's not how you would want to be starting as... I mean, I don't even know if I can actually call them one of the favorites anymore because it's going to be their second PCS tournament that they really haven't shown up. Rossiter Jr., though, with a nice knockdown. They've had a second one as well onto Boshi. So Magic Esports have lost 2. Salami, Amuma, last 2 remaining. Game Home, though, are watching and firing something else. We'll get the knockdown onto Rossiter Jr.
Well, there's always a bigger fish, isn't there? MSC thought they were on for a good thing. They were doing a lot of damage. But they suffer a loss of their own. whilst she will be finished off here by Yanku, and maybe even one more. Still Abby will be finished, and there we go. There goes Magic Esports out in 15th place. That was fairly routine, really, for MSC. But they are now being third party by Game Home Esports. They've chosen the right timing to make this push, and it might be, again, another early exit for MSC.
Yeah, it's becoming all but routine now. Vega God's kind of by himself right now because Yanku a bit further away. You can actually see in the distance and getting knocked and pressured as well by Cerberus Ghoul with that one. It means that Vega God last one alive for MSC and very much will cement them in the bottom four if he cannot find any more points.
Bay down to the southern part of the map. We'll be hoping to see this circle shift south. So will quite a few teams because it's not going to be too fun trying to run up the hill. In fact, we go over to the east. Not too bad for Fury. Continues to be quite a nice circle shift for them. And finally, Day Trade will have to move. KT, who made that real crazy rotation through the middle of the map, have actually been rewarded for it with a good placing there in farm. A lot of teams having to move now. And Day Trade is one of them. They've got XS X Stadium in front of them. There is a knockdown. So Day Trade maybe not feeling too uncomfortable at the moment. They're certainly not under any pressure.
Imagine a Bay versus Day Trade fight, though, down South Jordan. That just could have massive ramifications in terms of the top placing by the end of the night. If Bay can win that fight against Day Trade, could very well take top spot. Turtle, nade onto Edie. Divine versus Burial Ram.
Oh
that
my
is
God.
just explosion after explosion. 3 are down, 3 are eliminated, and Canaxi's on the run. Burial Ram just squashed like bugs. Down to just one player remaining. They're not going to gain much from this game. Apparently, Day Trade, Venotica just wiped out X Stadium single-handedly, picks up a 3K. While that was happening, also MSC Theraton are eliminated, and just there is the remnants. Uh-oh. As Canaxi goes for the seat swap, doesn't work out well, and we've just lost about 10 players in 30 seconds.
Well, that's how it goes. Slow start to the game. Crazy, chaotic rotates when we start to get into the later phases. Game Home still possess 4 players in the back pocket. Ghoul from Cerberus. Under a lot of pressure right now, and is spotted out. So that's Cerberus gone as well. Another team out of the picture. And only 9 remaining. Archangel Predator being one of them. Division X another. But surely Division X isn't going to be lasting too much longer. Fergus burns alive. It's a great molly from CJ. Now he's lining up a grenade. Cooks it well. I think he might have got this one. Perfect. And he did. But Tapau gets inside of the hut at the right time. He is not having a good time, though. That is for sure.
These nades, though, are also clearing the barricade of vehicles. Not only that, but then forces one to blow up. 8 teams remain. We are down to the placement points for our final game of the night. Day Trade running around the southwest. Almost as if they've got the license to kill right now. 4 kills. Battle Arena Elites have also got 4 as well. Really just want to see these two teams collide. Carbs, though, gets Norins, and Day Trade are going to lose a player here, which does give Bay an advantage moving forward if these two teams end up fighting. Nice knockdown, though, from Venotica, the star player of Day Trade. And right now, probably for night 1, Jordan, the MVP.
Day Trade certainly putting in some good work so far today. And it looks like they'll probably be able to confirm a first place at the end of the day. Bay still alive, Fury still alive, though, so I don't want to speak too soon. They can catch up, but the scoreboard certainly favoring Day Trade at the moment. Maybe not so much this game, though. Smokes are there for Poochills. He's actually standing on his UAS and peeking over the top of them. Divine will be on the move. The thing is about this final circle, and you can see it right here on this shot, there really isn't a whole lot of card cover. There's a lot of defilades, a lot of ridges to play with, but not too many buildings. Fury in the Wizzy in the center of this circle. Probably the ones that have the best cover. Day Trade still yet to make their move, but they're going to have to soon. So is Bay, who are all in one Dacia, with the exception of Flood, watching that Wizard Tower that Fury are holding.
Oh,
Here comes the breach.
Well, we've seen this usually go one of two ways, either very badly or very good. Right now, it's not so bad because no one's been eliminated. In fact, Loki's just gets straight in onto the bottom floor, takes out Insight. Juxie's the last one up onto the top floor. I do need to somehow get Flood back, though, so that means Sophia has to get back into the dust here and go and pick up that little cutie and try and bring him over to the Wizzy Tower as well. Killer has apparently just blown himself up with the nade as Day Trade need to get the revival to flash. Two Chills is going to try and attempt that one, although going back for Flood is not going to be good because Juxie gets free reign, has been Molotoved by Nefahor. Should be able to get off a first aid kit and avoid taking any more damage unless a nade has also been thrown up there. There was, but it's not going to get any damage. Sophia did make it back out alive. They did lose Flood.
Yeah, Juxie is more than happy to just stay up here in the top part of the Wizard Tower and Battle Arena Elites. Well, they're trying to get him out of there, but to be quite honest, I think they should just be happy with the position that they've got. Day Trade are suffering some losses. Flash is the last alive for their team. They're being pushed right now by Game Home Esports, who are coming down off of the ridge. Some shots coming through from Divine, but that'll be the end of Day Trade. Marks a good day, though, for them. 49 points on the board. We'll see whether or not Bay or Fury can overtake them, but it's going to be quite unlikely, I dare say. Another grenade goes through from Loki's, but it's going to be quite difficult, I think, to get rid of Juxie. He's fairly entrenched in this position, and they really should just be happy to share at this point.
Because Juxie is still right above them, and all three of those players will have to eventually leave that position.
Well, eventually is going to be a little bit sooner rather than later. You can see that blue zone is starting to encroach on Bay. Loki's and Nefahor are going to move first. Juxie happy to tank the blue for a moment. Might even have to give up his life here without giving away a point. Either that or he tries to go for the hero play and get a couple more points away from Bay. In the end, Juxie will elect to just go down to the blue. No more points given over from Fury. That'll give them another 5th place for tonight. So they've locked themselves in for 5th place or better finishes for day 1. You won't complain about that at all.
No, not at all. 33 points from the first night from 4 games is a pretty good return. Only Bay and Day Trade right now have done better, although of course Divine and KT are trying to do better here. Bot Bass Nez are both knocked down. Loki's. Bay right now, though, of course, still with only 2 players. Can they find a way into the circle? And if they can find a few more kills plus the win, they will end night 1 in first place. Divine, though, of course, are going to try and say otherwise, and they've got the 4 players to be able to achieve that quite comfortably. It's definitely Divine's game to lose from here on out. It's a question of how many kills can Battle Arena Elite, though, achieve before they eventually get eliminated. Loki's gets one onto Masate. Does get eliminated, though, by JN, so he gets stolen away from Loki's. Doesn't get what he really deserved. Divine, in the end, just get all of them. All 3 out of 4. Kain Satuna blow up, and they are gone. Divine move into the top 4. And now a 2 versus 4 can take place. This is probably bad news, though, for Bay. They probably would have wanted Kain Satuna to inflict a bit of damage over to Divine before really parting ways.
Well, they surely would.
13 kills for Divine, a potential to get a 15-kill win, and it does continue the trend, Jordan, really wholeheartedly.
If Bay can win this 2-on-4, though, they can go equal first for today. I know that's a bit of a difficult task. Stranger things have happened. Levi's on the flank, though, just deletes Loki's from the game. It's just Nefahor now alive. The grenades are being thrown in. And Nefahor, I don't know that he's going to be able to do this one.
It would take a lot, but it's Divine's game. 15 kills to end. Night number 1. Divine Esports with 25 points. They left it to the last second, like many of us do with our homework, Jordan. But in the end, it's an A+ from Divine Esports, and they really are here to try and contend for PCS 2.
Yeah, really good stuff from them. They, have been putting in some pretty good work in some of the previous seasons that we've seen from them, rather. But